Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's video. I just wanted to do a quick update on Bitcoin today. I know there's still not a whole lot going on, but as I explained on the live stream that I did yesterday, I am still looking for 65k, the liquidity that we have up here at 65,050 to be taken, and it is just providing us with a very slow grind up at the moment. We continue to make these higher lows and higher highs locally, but getting very close to this liquidity, but not quite yet taking that out. So there's a couple of levels that I want to just quickly touch upon, maybe some bigger trades that we can be looking at, and where there is more of an opportunity to trade as and when things start to pick up momentum once again, whether that is up towards the previous yearly point of control. I'll mention that in a moment, or looking back down towards this 57k region down here. So first of all, daily time frame, it's slow and steady, right? We've had some very, very small candles, okay, pretty much inside days, all right, with taking out highs, but closing within it. And another situation so far today where the Asia session has taken out our the high of the week, and we are now seeing a little bit of a consolidation. So we're just below that daily open right now, having a small pullback. However, I still think things are looking relatively good to come back up to this 65,050 level and to create this first internal higher low and higher high over here. So on the basically what I've got on the chart here is just looking at our yearly range. Okay, so this is the yearly value area that we have been trading in for quite some time. Okay, the value area has obviously shifted up as this range has developed, starting to tighten in somewhat. And we have seen recently that our point of control has shifted down. So if I was just to put this developing POC, over the weekend, that POC shifted, and that is generally when you would expect to see price repel away from that point. Now, from that instance, we're either looking for a move up to where I still have this yearly POC marked, okay, because price is just consolidating around our current points of control. I'm just keeping this yearly POC, the 67,500 level on my chart so that I'm aware of that. We also have a daily OB, a bearish OB, and some nice wicks up on these highs here. That would essentially be the last point in which to look for short positions before we get that almost external change in market structure if we are to start to come back above that 6970k region. So for myself, still looking at a scenario where we can come up here, potentially squeeze as high as that 67,500, and then maybe be looking for a rotation back down again, or we just simply take the highs, rotate back down again. Or indeed, if we do start to see some weakness here, then I do believe that we can start to look for short positions with any acceptance through this daily gap here. We're still looking for acceptance back above that. We did, in fact, have the first daily close through this gap. So what we can do here is just we have this essentially 2 impulsive days down that we had from the end of August last year. We have had that first close above. We had this close here, which closed above this gap. And now we're looking at this close here, which is closing above this gap. That does give us a very high probability that these highs are going to be taken at the very least. So we're still waiting for that. Now, the confluence that we have, okay, I've mentioned the one up here, all right, it's very, very clear. If you're going to be targeting short positions, right, you'd want to be getting it as close as you can to any invalidation. So if it can come up to that previous yearly point of control, that would be perfect. You could get a decent 2-hour trade to just take it back into POC, maybe taking it back down to this area here, which could confirm as some kind of breaker block, or the OB a little bit lower, monthly open. And then if we are going to be looking a little bit lower here, that 56,200 value area low to 57,500 is looking really, really, really quite nice right now. So that would be the short that I'm targeting. Now, if we are to see weakness, okay, and that would look like a move back down, acceptance within here, then what I could also look to do is to short where this POC currently is. Okay, if we do get an engulfing candle that takes us below 62k, you could look for short positions with an invalidation above our local high, still be looking for lower. Now, as for the longs, all right, we had mentioned that we were looking at long positions. Essentially, this was the gap we were watching previously. All right, we have been consolidating, and each time that it was dipping into that gap, you could be targeting long positions to take it up towards that 57,500. It gives you a decent trade off of that. I myself am long from these lows down here and have not yet taken profit. So when the trade that I'm looking at, I will be taking profit on this. A, if we take the highs and then come up to 57.5, or B, I will close out of that position if we do see that we have a shift in momentum here back down towards the lows, and then we can be looking to flip those longs into shorts, close out those long positions and target those short positions. When the pullback happens, if the pullback happens, then this is why I'm looking at this zone down here as some kind of trade, maybe even to take you all up towards all-time highs. I do think we see a little bit more consolidation over the next week or so. We're still looking at end of the month. Well, we are getting close to the end of the month, but October being the typical Uptober that we tend to get within crypto and equities anyway. And the confluence that we have down there, like I mentioned, is that 56,200 is acting as the value area low for the year so far. And if we are to have a look at our monthly point of control, okay, that takes us just above these two lows here. So we do have confluence. It takes us with a zone from 57.8 to 56.2. I would not really want to be looking for long positions if you're not taking liquidity, but using that POC as a general area in which to be like, okay, this is where there has been value previously. It should be there for acting as support. And what we can also do is we can draw some fibs on here, use that confluence. All right, where does the 618 come in? It's just below these lows. So those really, from a mid time frame perspective, are the only real trades that I'm looking for. I'm still just waiting patiently on this. However, my stance remains the same. Okay, I'm not expecting lower levels. All right, if we do come down to 57K, that would be an area to look for longs with an invalidation here. If that gets invalidated, then yes, 42K does become a target here, but I'm not seeing that as a likely scenario. I do believe that we're looking at something where, okay, you could possibly target some shorts, but then even if we do go higher, okay, that's moving those fib levels up, that's moving that support higher, that's giving us a little bit more momentum to the upside, and we can then be looking for a breakout as we go into October, November, and the rest of Q4. So I don't really think there's anything too much to say on Bitcoin here. The one slight concern for anyone that looks at the RSI is we are building these 4-hour RSI divergences. Okay, you can see a high, another high, another high. From a close perspective, 3 higher highs, 3 lower highs on the RSI here, and volume is starting to taper off. So it may show that there is some exhaustion happening, but there's no reason why we can't just spike this once more and then get that retrace afterwards. If you're looking on the 1 hour as well, then those divergences once again are fairly clear here, with the highs, 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 and then lower high, lower high, lower high here. So we are building those bearish divergences, but like I say, we could be easily swiping those highs before looking for a bit of a turnaround. Now, altcoins are starting to pick up. I'm not going to mention those in this video, but I will be doing a live stream later on tonight for me, but around about the New York Open later on today. So if you have any questions, if you have any altcoins that you're wanting to look at, then join the live stream later. That'll be 9 p.m. local time for me, but 2 p.m. UK time and 8, is that right? Something like that, Eastern. So I will be live then. And a reminder, of course, because I do believe we're going into a phase of the market where volatility will start picking up again soon. I know it's been a long wait, but volatility is starting to look like it's around the corner, especially with equities in a really interesting place right now. The S&P 500, for example, consolidating above those all-time highs and looking like it could see some real price discovery. The Nasdaq having taken out some major highs and still looking like it wants to continue there. I do think that we're looking at volatility starting to increase, whether that is to the upside or whether you can target those more aggressive short positions. Now, if you have been sat on the sidelines chilling out over the summer and you're looking for these opportunities to get back into trading again, then I will have to say that our sponsors over here, Blofin, very kindly allowing us to create some of this content for you. They always, as always, if you click on the link in the description below this video, then you can get a 20% rebate on your fees for life with our link. And you can also get some really nice bonuses over there. So up to about $3,000 worth of bonuses right now, just for depositing on the exchange. So some free money to trade with, 100x, YOLO, long, short, see if you can make some money. And yeah, just by depositing, you get credited that. Anything else that I want to mention? I don't really think so. It's been a flat week. I think where price is as we speak is probably coming back into that weekly VWAP. So if we just put this on here, we're getting close to that weekly VWAP. We can see that we've been contained within those two standard deviations. Okay, this shaded area being our first standard deviation, where most of the bodies have been closing. We have seen that acceptance back inside. I would be looking to see maybe one more test of this weekly VWAP to see if that can offer some support before we come up and take the highs, maybe during the New York session a little bit later on. So it's looking interesting. It's fairly slow, fairly steady, but things are looking like they're going to pick up again very soon, hence why I wanted to make this video. So yeah, thank you for watching. Do come and join the live stream tomorrow. I'm also going to be live streaming the daily open. No, during the live stream today, but I'm also going to be live streaming the daily open today/tomorrow, right? Does that make, I think, tomorrow morning for me. But I will be doing that, so I'll give a little bit of, well, check out on the Twitter and on the Discord if you would like to see that. This is something that I'm probably going to do a little bit more of. Daily Open's quite a convenient time here because it's just like nice and early in the morning for me, just after I would have had breakfast and stuff. So I will be doing a few of those Daily Open live streams. If or any of you would like to come and watch, I would, of course, massively appreciate it. But on that note, have a great day. I will see you again a little bit later on. And yeah, that's it. Cheers. Bye-bye.